welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm Andrea Praber, and we pretty much talk about all sorts of things here in Ocala. Today, we're actually going to be talking about the hospitals and medical care available in Ocala, Florida. Over and over again, I've been asked about hospitals here and if we have a comfortable level of emergency rooms and specialty services. And honestly, we're a little spoiled when it comes to the high level of health services that we have and stuff that we have access to. So whether you're a resident of the area or if you're just considering moving to Ocala, it's important, I understand, to have an understanding of the medical services and the facilities and what's available and what's not. So let's go ahead and get started. We're just going to go through all of them. First, we're going to talk about Ocala Regional Medical Center, ORMC. It is now HCA Florida Ocala Hospital. It has a level 2 trauma center and the region's only comprehensive stroke center. This is downtown. It's actually a 288 bed facility, and it offers a host of quality and award-winning services. I love how many of our hospitals here have won awards. These services include orthopedic, cardiovascular, emergency, and neurological care, robotic, bariatric, so weight loss surgery, and rehabilitation services. There is also a sister campus and 3 freestanding emergency rooms throughout Marion County. The West Marion Community Hospital is the sister campus to HCA, or what we call Ocala Health. It's a 94-bed facility that offers a range of medical services, including emergency care, surgery, and imaging. It's actually been recognized for its quality of care. The hospital is staffed by a team of experienced medical professionals who are committed to providing excellent care to their patients. So that is over there. Another possible new third location for Ocala Health, though, is something I do want to mention real quick because I'm really excited about it. They've just purchased land in Denellen, which means Denellen may have an actual hospital in the not too distant future. The land is located between Southwest 111th Place and Southwest 110th Street, and that's on US 41. So it's basically right across from the Walmart and kind of north of the Aldi's. So I've definitely been asking and begging for a hospital in Denellen for a while because the residents don't really have a close hospital. The closest hospital currently is in Ocala, and it's about 20 minutes away from Denellen. That's Timber Ridge. We'll talk about that one in a minute. Sometimes you just don't have that kind of time. 20 minutes can be really important when getting to an emergency room. The healthcare company that purchased that 6.64 acres, it's planning on something small, but we don't have a lot of details yet because the plans for the property are still in the preliminary stages. So we're going to go ahead and move on. We're going to talk about the new VA clinic here in Ocala. This is a brand new building in Heathbrook Park, just off Highway 200. And it offers a wide range of services to our local veterans. It includes audiology, cardiology, dermatology, mental health, nutrition, optometry, podiatry, and of course, primary care. So if you're concerned with having a VA hospital nearby, which we do not have in Ocala, you don't have to stress out. Just 45 minutes north of Ocala, the VA Medical Center, or VAMC, is located across the street from Sheehan's Hospital in Gainesville. It's just in Gainesville, 45 minutes, not a big deal. It is a 239-bed VA hospital, and it serves veterans throughout North Florida and South Georgia. It's actually the second largest in the country, and it actually is award-winning as well. All right, so let's go into Advent Health. Advent Health is a hospital that is well known to most Ocala residents. Many of them, including my daughter, was actually born there. The hospital itself was founded in 1898 as Marion General Hospital. The building was desperately needed, and they figured that out when a local man was run over by a horse and wagon way back in the day. The initial location was a 3-story building that was owned by the publisher of the local newspaper, the Star Banner, which is still being published today. This is what actually led to the new hospital in 1901. So the hospital operated in like makeshift housing until actually about 1915, when additional land was acquired for the hospital to expand, which was needed. A 3-story hospital building was constructed and was able to treat up to 50 patients in an emergency. In 1927, however, local residents approved a bond issued to build an expanded 4-story building that could handle up to 73 patients. It was built on the same site and is actually still in use today as the northernmost building of the actual hospital. In 1928, the hospital was renamed Monroe Memorial Hospital in honor of a community leader, T.T. Monroe. He was a local banker, and he was the one that really pushed and got a lot of community support for an expansion to the hospital. The hospital has undergone extensive expansion over the years. Extensive. By the early 1960s, the hospital had grown to 130 beds. In 1980, the hospital was again renamed to Monroe Regional Medical Center, which is what it was named when my daughter was born there. The hospital expanded to 323 beds in 1994 and 421 beds in 2003. On August 1st, 2018, the hospital was renamed Florida Hospital Ocala. Then just a few months later, the hospital was renamed to Advent Health Ocala, and that was in January of 2019 when Adventist Health System rebranded to Advent Health. We were all a little bit confused. We didn't know what was going on with the ownership and the name changes to a hospital we were so familiar with at that time. But we've really been pleasantly surprised by the abundance of community involvement that Advent Health has actually had since they procured, one of our largest local hospitals. And that in February, really huge news, in February 2022, so last year, Advent Health Ocala received a donation of $1.7 million in order to create a maternal fetal medicine program. As of today, this historic hospital is a 425-bed hospital. It's huge. And that provides cutting-edge technology and a wide range of services to patients, including cardiovascular, cancer care, women's health services, you name it, they've got it, basically. The hospital also has a level 2 trauma center, and it has an accredited chest pain center. The sister facility to the downtown Advent Health Hospital, as if that wasn't big enough, is the hospital formerly known as Florida Hospital Ocala Emergency Center at Timber Ridge. Locally, we just refer to it as Timber Ridge. That's never going to change. Anyway, it's really close to the corner of Highway 200 and Highway 44, and like I mentioned, it's the closest one to Denellen. Basically, they cover injuries and illnesses. They kind of range from minor to life-threatening. It's an emergency room type thing. They have emergency room physicians, critical care nurses, chest pain experts, stroke specialists, all of that at Timber Ridge. And they're ready to provide that round-the-clock care, so it's great if you need to be admitted there for that. But for specialized care, you're probably going to be stabilized at Timber Ridge and then sent over to Advent Health Ocala Hospital downtown so they can provide all the services that you need that are maybe not quite available at Timber Ridge. All right, next we have UF Shands Hospital. UF Shands is a hospital that's a teaching hospital, and it's located in nearby Gainesville. It's about 45 minutes away, depending on where in Ocala you live. It's part of the University of Florida Health System, and it provides advanced medical care and treatment for patients throughout the region. Basically, a lot of people get sent to Shands. The hospital is staffed by a team of highly trained physicians and medical professionals who are committed to providing the highest quality care to their patients. That is definitely true. They are actually known throughout the country for their care. The news for Shands Hospital and how it impacts Ocala and why I'm talking about them is that the newest hospital they're building, University of Florida Health, is actually bringing its patient care and nationally recognized medical expertise to Ocala. They are opening a new neighborhood hospital. It's actually going to be pretty big. It's a 150,000 square foot hospital. It's going to include 10 emergency rooms, department rooms, 10 inpatient rooms, a medical imaging center, 4 surgical operating rooms. The hospital's emergency services will also include 7 emergency exam rooms, as well as 1 exam room for each of the triage and the trauma. And then in addition to all the operating rooms, the surgery center will have 12 pre- and post-operative beds. The state-of-the-art imaging center will have 2 general x-ray rooms, 2 CT rooms, an ultrasound room, an MRI suite, And then on the second and third floors, patients will find physical therapy, rehabilitation services, the anesthesia pre-op center, physicians' offices, and stuff like that. A lot more. It's just being built. So while construction is currently underway at the 28-acre site at Blickton Road and Northwest 35th Avenue, it's just off of I-75. The facility is expected to have lots of room for expansion, which is why they've got 28 acres for basically a smaller project right now. But this current project is actually looking to be completed by spring of 2024. So really, really excited for that. So basically, with all of this, we here in Ocala, Florida have a wide range of services and facilities in hospitals in the area, including Ocala Regional Medical Center, West Marion Community Hospital, Advent Health Ocala, and UF Health Shands, excuse me. In addition to these hospitals, there's actually numerous clinics, medical clinics and private, including the VA clinic. And these are all having a whole range of services. So if you do a search for the best hospitals in Florida, out of the 247 hospitals, Advent Health and UF Shands are healthcare systems that are ranked in the top 5. They are both ranked nationally for some of their specialties. So whether you're in need of emergency care or specialized treatment or primary care, there's a lot of medical professionals in Ocala who are committed to providing the absolutely best quality care for their patients. So hopefully that answers the questions on if we actually have a hospital in Ocala. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for a lot more informative videos, all things Ocala and all things real estate and all things moving here or whatever you need to know. And if you do have a question we haven't answered yet, go ahead and put it in the comments below or send us an email at GER.ExpectMore@gmail.com. Have a great one, you guys. Bye.
Shake it up, stop when the clock hits 13. Sing